Hi students, today I'm going to go over referencing. The reason why I've put together these presentations is because I really think this is an area where a lot of you are struggling, and it really is a very simple task that you can quickly fix just by learning what it's for and how you do it correctly. So the first question we need to ask ourselves is, why do we reference? And I've chosen this emoticon here because this is how everybody feels. The first reason why we reference is to build on what people already know. So as you know, academic research is based on creating and building knowledge. You build on knowledge by using the work of people who have come before you. So for example, I like to think of it as blocks. And each time you reference, you're adding a little block to the body of knowledge. So for example, we've got Snow et al., which was referenced in Tully and Pretorius's work. Then they come after, and then you come in, and that's why you're referencing. Because as you can see here, you're not the be-all and end-all. There are more people that are going to come after you, and they'll also need to reference. And the second reason that we reference is to be honest. So you need to let people know when it's not your own work. So I don't know if it ever happened to you in school, but you did a really nice assignment, you were really happy with it, you've handed in your work, and then your colleague comes along, copies you, hands it in, gets a higher mark than you. And so this is why we reference, because you need to let other people know that it's not your work, that you've based your work on the ideas of other people. We call this plagiarism when you don't show that you've borrowed ideas from other people. And so our definition is that plagiarism is presenting someone else's work or ideas as your own, with or without their consent, by incorporating it into your work without full acknowledgement. So if you can see here, it's their work or ideas, and it's without full acknowledgement. So even if you half acknowledge it, it's still plagiarism, and exactly needs to be full. So then when do you need to reference? As we can see from this quotation, you need an in-text citation and a full reference, because you need full referencing. In the first instance, when you use the author's exact words. So if we take an example from Wilsenach 2015, which we all used in assignment 1, we can see that according to the lexical restructuring hypothesis, children learn new words by drawing implicit comparisons between similar sounding words. And I've indicated that those aren't my words by using inverted commas over here, as well as placing the author's name in brackets with the year of publication and the page number. I also need to reference an in-text and a full reference when I use the other author's ideas. So if I'm writing a paragraph about first language education, I can say there's a belief that children learn best in their first language. People who believe this recommend that all children in South Africa should learn in their first language. However, at least one study in South Africa has shown that first language education does not always lead to children being better academically. And so this is not my idea. I'm basing this information on a study. And so here I've used Wilsenach's ideas, but I've paraphrased it into my own words. And so even though I've just used an idea from her text to support my own ideas, I still need to reference her. And so in summary, we need to reference because it's part of being a good student and academic. You need to be honest. You have to let the reader know when the words and ideas are not yours, and you need to reference fully and correctly to avoid plagiarism. So what this means is correct in-text citation, the full reference in the reference list, and adequate information. And you can follow the next sessions to find out more specifically about how to do proper in-text reference.